Hello, friend. Welcome back to Couch Tales, Why We Do What We Do, the podcast where we dive into the funny, sometimes not so funny psychology of what makes us tick. I'm your host, Analia. Just a reminder, this is for informational purposes only and not professional advice. Today, we're tackling a very modern dilemma that has probably made all of us feel either guilty or hurt at some point: ghosting. You know, when someone suddenly disappears from your life without explanation, poof, gone, like they never existed. Let me tell you a little story that happened to my friend Jamie last month. Jamie had gone on 3 dates with someone they met on a dating app. Their date kept talking about their extensive collection of spoons, not antique or particularly valuable spoons, just regular spoons from different states. After the 3rd date, Jamie knew this wasn't going anywhere, but didn't want to hurt their feelings. So what did Jamie do? The classic move of our generation. Started taking longer and longer to respond to texts, until eventually complete radio silence. 2 weeks later, Jamie runs into the spoon enthusiast at the grocery store. Jamie tried to hide behind a display of cereal boxes, but ended up knocking the whole thing over. Boxes of Cheerios was everywhere. The spoon enthusiast spotted Jamie, and instead of being upset about the ghosting, they said, "I figured you weren't interested, but I wish you would have told me." Jamie felt about 2 inches tall, standing there amid a sea of scattered cereal. This got me thinking, why do we ghost people instead of just being honest? From an evolutionary standpoint, it's actually pretty fascinating. Our cave-dwelling ancestors had to be part of a social group to survive. Being rejected by the tribe could mean certain death. So we developed this deep-seated fear of conflict and rejection that's still wired into our brains today. When we ghost someone, we're essentially avoiding the discomfort of potential conflict. Our brains are trying to protect us from a threat that, in modern times, isn't actually life-threatening at all. The bearded Viennese doctor with the famous couch might suggest that ghosting represents our unconscious desire to avoid acknowledging unpleasant realities. But more contemporary psychological research sees ghosting as an avoidance strategy. So what's the alternative? Here's a simple template that psychologists suggest. Number 1, choose the right medium. Text is fine for brief connections, but longer relationships deserve a call or in-person conversation. Number 2, be direct but kind. I've enjoyed getting to know you, but I don't feel the connection I'm looking for. Number 3, keep it about your feelings. Use I statements rather than criticizing them. Number 4, be firm. Don't leave the door open if you don't mean it. And number 5, wish them well. End on a positive note that gives closure. Remember, our brains might scream, "Danger, danger," at the thought of these conversations, but that's just your ancient survival instinct getting triggered. The momentary discomfort of being honest is usually much less painful for both parties than the extended uncertainty of ghosting. Those with secure attachment might find it easy to be direct, while anxiously attached folks might ghost to avoid rejection, and avoidantly attached people might ghost because they struggle with emotional intimacy altogether. All right, that's it for today's episode of Couch Tales, Why We Do What We Do. I'm your host, Analia. If you like this episode, please take a moment to forward it to a friend. And please share your experiences in the comments below on this topic. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and remember, sometimes the ghosts that haunt us most are the ones we create for ourselves.